Today you're going to study some really hard to pronounce words in American English, words with R's and L's. We'll talk about why these words are tricky, go over regularly and clearly, and practice lots of other similar words together. The sounds R and L are difficult for most non-native speakers when they occur in words on their own. So when they occur in the same word, it can be very challenging. For Japanese speakers and others, it's common to mix up or switch the R and L sounds, so the word class might be pronounced crass, crass, more of an R sound by accident. In this video, we'll be working on finding more clarity for these sounds. To do this, we'll be focusing on multi-syllable words that include both R and L sounds. For in-depth descriptions of these sounds, you can visit the specific sound videos. I'll link to some of these important videos at the end of this video. But let's start by going over the basic differences in the mouth movements for light L, dark L, and R sounds. First, let's talk about two L sounds, light and dark. The light L is used when the L is beginning a word, like light or love, or for an L in the middle of a word when it starts a syllable like believe or delight. For the light L, the tongue tip lifts and touches the roof of the mouth just behind the teeth, ol. I've also noticed some native speakers make it like this, ol, where the tongue tip is pushing up on the bottom of the top front teeth. The dark L is used when the L ends a word like feel or male. Also in the middle of a word if it comes after the vowel or diphthong in the syllable, like billing, or taller. The dark L can be made with just the back part of the tongue pulling back and pressing down a little bit. Ol. You don't need to lift your tongue tip up to make this dark sound, and in fact, native speakers don't lift their tongue tip except in a few cases. When students lift the tongue tip in the dark L, it tends to destroy the dark sound, and it ends up sounding more like a light L instead. When people focus on the tip, they forget the back. Ol. And for a dark L, we want that dark sound made with the back of the tongue. Now for the R sound. The position is completely different. It's not made at the front or the back, but the middle. Ol, light L. Ol, dark L. R. The front part of the tongue lifts and pulls back a little bit, but the middle part of the tongue might make contact with the roof of the mouth in the middle. Okay, we've taken a look at the specific way we make light L, dark L, and R. As you've heard and seen, each of these sounds has a very distinct mouth position. We'll have to really think about these positions as we work on these tough words with R's and L's. It's a great idea to stop on the R, to stop on the L, hold out the sound, and check your mouth position. Let's analyze two words that have both R and L in detail. Let's do regularly. It starts with R, E as in bed, and G. So tongue tip is pulled back and up to start, lips are flared, re. Then jaw drop, tongue tip goes down, reg. Back of the tongue lifts for the G, touches the soft palate, reg. Then we have Y consonant, schwa, reg. For the G, the back of the tongue is lifted, touching the soft palate. For the Y, you move your tongue forward along the roof of the mouth, reg. Then bring your tongue down for the schwa, reg. Now an L, it's in the middle of the word. Does it come before or after the vowel in the syllable. It comes before. It begins the third syllable, so it's a light L. Tongue tip up. Let's try that again, just holding out R and L. We still have one more R and one more L. From the light L, the tongue pulls right back into the R. Lur, lur. Don't try to make a vowel in there. The schwa is absorbed by the R. Let's practice that transition by holding out L and R. Lur, lur. Now we have an L again, and it's at the beginning of the syllable again, so it's a light L. So the tongue tip comes back up for the light L. It pulls back for the R and goes right back up. Lurly. Lurly. You don't have to move your jaw very much, just move the tongue. Lurl, 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 lurl. And finally, the tongue tip comes back down for a quick, unstressed E, li, 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 li. Whew, okay, let's do this whole word, holding out our R's and our L's. Regularly. Regularly. Now let's do the whole word in slow motion a few times. Regularly. 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 How does it feel? Is it any easier for you to do this, having slowed it down and broken it down? If not, break it up into parts, keep going slowly, practice just individual sounds, then go back and do the word holding out those tricky sounds. Another amazing technique that works well after you've really studied the position is just to use pure repetition. In my academy, I call it the play it, say it method. You hear something, you say it out loud. You hear it again, you say it again, and you don't think too much about position. You definitely don't correct yourself if you hear it's not right. You just play it again and say it again, always moving forward. As you listen and repeat over and over, something amazing happens. You start to become an amazing imitator. And your mouth makes subtle adjustments that makes you sound more native. I've seen this happen over and over with students. I'll watch them use play it, say it, and I don't even tell them what to fix. They figure it out by repetition, and in the end, they sound amazing. Try this with me now. I'm going to say the word 10 times in a row. Each time I'll take a break that's just long enough for you to repeat. You're not focusing on what to do here, you're focusing on what you hear and repeating it back exactly. Okay, here we go. Repeat out loud. Regularly, 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 regularly. You did it. If you want, go back and play this part of the video again to get 10 more times of hearing it and repeating it back exactly like you hear. I couldn't hear you, but I bet after the 10th time, you were sounding pretty good. Can you imagine if you did this every day with your most challenging words for 1 or 2 weeks? Those wouldn't be your most challenging words anymore. You'd have to come up with a new list. And finally, the word clearly. Both L's are light L's because they come before the vowel in the syllable. So make the K by lifting the back of the tongue. K, k. Then as you release it, lift your tongue tip. Kl, kl, kli. Then the tongue tip comes down for the E vowel. Kli, kli. And now our R. Tongue tip pulls back and up. Ear, clear. Now let's hold out the L and the R. Clear. Now all we have to do is add the ly ending. Tongue tip comes up again for the light L, ly, and pulls down for the E vowel. Clearly. 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 We'll do it again, holding out all R's and L's. Clearly. And now slowly a few times. Clearly. Notice the shape of stress. This is a stressed word, so we want the voice to go up and then curve back down. And we can hear that even more clearly when we do the word in slow motion. Clearly. 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 Play it, say it 10 times in a row. Ready? Clearly. 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 Now we're going to look at many words with R's and L's that students find really tricky, like rarely and culturally. I'll do each word 10 times. It's the play it, say it method. Repeat out loud with me. Don't stop to correct mistakes. Don't think too much about what you're doing. Let your body make adjustments by focusing only on repeating back just exactly what you hear. This method is amazing. Let's start. Culturally, 10 times. Culturally. 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 Temporarily, 10 times. Temporarily. 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 This only works if you're repeating out loud. So if you're watching this video by now, I hope you are still repeating out loud. Popularly, 10 times. Popularly. 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 Orderly, 10 times. Orderly. 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 Now, nearly. 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 Rarely, 10 times. Rarely. 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 There are a lot more words you could practice with. I'm going to suggest that you go to forvote.com, find a native speaker that you like, and use the play it, say it method yourself. You play it on the audio file and you say it out loud. Play it, say it, back and forth, over and over. We'll do one more word together, rural. 10 times out loud, say it with me. Rural, 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 rural. You've learned in this video how to break down difficult words and sounds and put whole words back together. Now you can take long, intimidating words and make them sound really natural with just a little bit of practice. Let's link now to those videos I told you about. I have videos that contrast R and L, a great place to start if these two confuse you. Then I have a video on L and a video on R. These go over the exact position of these sounds with illustrations. Be sure to check them out. That's it, and thanks so much for using Rachel's English. If you want to see my absolute latest video, click here. If you're new to the channel, check out this Where to Start playlist. Click here to subscribe. I make new videos on American English every Tuesday. To be sure we can keep in touch, click here to sign up for my newsletter. You'll get free lessons in your inbox every week.